The year is coming to a close, and in this video, I'm going to share with you guys my favorite apparel and gear and bike accessories of 2020. Welcome back, Pathless Peddlers, and if you're new to the channel, this is the home of non-competitive cycling, so if you're into riding party pace, hit that subscribe button. So this past year, I reviewed more apparel because it is helpful, turns out, to wear some clothes as you ride your bike. And for me, one of the standout pieces I tried this year was the Chrome Madrona shorts. Yes, they're a casual overshort, but they're not as baggy as a mountain bike baggy, and they are a little bit on the shorter side. So if you have a shorter inseam like myself, they don't look like some weird knickers, they look like actual shorts. The material has been super durable. I liked it so much that I actually bought a second pair at full price. It's got great elasticity and has survived all summer, even though I wore them practically every single day. In fact, for me, they are almost the perfect cycling overshort. The only niggle I have is I wish that the rear pocket was zippered. Because while things don't generally fall out there, it would be nice to have extra security, especially if that's where you keep your wallet or your keys. So if they updated the rear pocket to have a zipper, it would be 100%. So moving on up, my favorite cycling top of the year, it has to be the pedaled Jari long sleeve merino jersey that I reviewed like last week or 2 weeks ago. Yes, it is expensive, but it is so nicely made. It's an interesting mix of different materials. It's not pure 100% merino. It's fairly light, so you don't tend to overheat. It also has strategic paneling to keep the chill off you when you're descending. It's got a hood for when the weather goes south. And one of my favorite things is the styling. It does not scream bike. So yes, while it is expensive, it is a piece that you could wear doing other things like trail running or just hanging out around town. And for those reasons, the Jari long sleeve merino wool jersey, one of the most supple accessories of the year. And finally, let's talk shoes. I made multiple videos in search of the perfect cycling flat pedal shoe this year. You can tell I get a little bit obsessive about things. And my two favorite shoes, yes, I'm gonna say two because it's a very close tie between them. They're both by the brand Lems, which is more of a minimalist shoemaker. And it is the Lems Canvas Chukka and the Lems Boulder mid-height boot. And I love them because although they are boot shaped, they are extremely light, a lot lighter than any 510 shoe out there. And yes, the soles don't look super aggressive, but they are really soft and engage well with pedals. I love that 3/4 ankle height because it gives you mobility, a little bit more protection, and it just looks so dang good. So if you're looking for an alternative to the 80s skate shoe inspired bike shoes, definitely check out those Lems boots. All right, so let's talk rack packing. I did get a chance to try a couple different racks this year, and the one that bubbled up to the top is the Velo Orange flat pack rack. It is a little bit on the spendy side, but it is really well made. So if you do travel and need to put it in a bike case or a bike bag, you don't have to contend with this big bulky thing. It's really adjustable in terms of stay length and shape. I also love how it attaches to the fork crown. Instead of a rectangular flat piece of aluminum, it's actually a tube. So it's a lot more secure, and where it joins to the rack is highly adjustable, so you can make it work. It also has one of the most innovative features I've seen in rack, I think ever, insofar as you can change the backstop. So if you want to run a decaler for a rando bag or just a regular tombstone, it comes with both those options, and you can hot swap them if you will. So one of the coolest rack packing pieces of gear in 2020. So let's talk bags. I'm gonna mention two. One is the overall winner and one is an honorable mention. The overall winner is another product by Chrome. They've just been slaying it this year. And it is their double track bag. You can mount it on your handlebars, but it also comes off. And you can wear it as a hip bag or as a sling bag. Lots of cool features like the sewn in handlebar loops, so those don't ever fall off, as well as the magnetic closure, which makes for super quick access. It's very sleek looking, so it doesn't look out of place when you're on a bike. It just looks like a regular sling bag or man purse, whatever you want to call it. And the best part is that it's reasonably affordable at $60. So good job, Chrome. For the honorable mention, it has to be the Bags by Bird frame bag. Yes, we've seen different frame bags on the channel, but this one is unique insofar it doesn't use a zipper, but rather this flap that closes with an elastic cord. I've been digging this bag for commuting because it is the perfect place to put a lock or some layers. If you're going around town or for day rides, probably not the best if you go expedition touring because you don't have all that volume and it does take away a water bottle cage. But in terms of a fun, useful, and unique everyday bag, check out the Bags by Bird half frame bag. Okay, so let's talk about bike parts. One of the standout components, actually component groups that I tried this year. No, it wasn't the fancy, campy 13-speed e-car, S-car, nor was it the super expensive SRAM Axis. It was actually the very affordable and attainable Advent X by Microshift. You gotta love Microshift. They're giving the people what they want in an affordable package. Advent X initially launched as a mountain bike component group, but they did add a road shifter to it. So you get mullet gearing, 11 to 48 in the back with a pretty light cassette for something that big, and a road style shifter in the front. Why can't Shimano or SRAM figure this out when Microshift can? And not only that, it is super affordable. You can have the whole package for under $2. That might buy you a third of a SRAM Axis rear derailleur, so go figure. Let's talk handlebars. One of my favorite handlebars from this year, and you're gonna be impressed, all those people that called me a drop bar elitist, because it is not a drop bar. It is actually the Tumbleweed Prospector handlebar. I love this thing. It's big, it's wide. You kind of feel like you're driving a bus, but it is so dang comfy. Because of its width, you get so much leverage when you're riding a fat bike or a plus size bike. I love that back sweep. Probably not the best for super technical riding, but for me, it's an ideal angle for those all day rides. Another awesome feature is the flat part of the bar. The straight section is a lot longer, so it's a lot easier to attach bags like a Bags by Bird saddle bag or a Swift bag or what have you. So if you're looking for a comfy alt bar that's perfectly designed for handlebar rolls and handlebar bags, check out the Tumbleweed Prospector bar. And lastly, I know a bunch of you knew that this was coming, but one of my favorite pieces of gear I got to review this year was the Hunt 650B wheel set. For sub $500, you get a wheel set that's probably lighter than the OEM wheel set on your bike. And it comes in 650B with everything you need. It's got valve stems as well as disc rotor converters. The way that it works at end caps, you can pull them out with your hands, are all friction fit. You can even swap out end caps. You can use the same wheel set on a through axle bike as well as a quick release bike. So it's super versatile if you're on the budget or if you're not sold on 650B and want an affordable entryway in. You can do it without breaking the bank. I've had no problems with them so far. They've mounted every tire I've put on them beautifully. They roll well, they've stayed true. And best part is they won't break the bank. So that's it for my favorite accessories and apparel of 2020. What do you guys think of this list? All the stuff I spoke about today, there are full-length individual reviews. So if you want something more in-depth about them, be sure to search our YouTube channel. That is what that search bar is for, by the way. Already looking forward to the cool stuff in 2021. And as always, keep the supple side down.